Welcome back to the Prison Architect playthrough here on the channel. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. Let's go ahead and crank the speed up, which is flowing smoothly as you can see. And so are the people moving around in the game. So that is a welcome improvement from how it was for about the last episode and a half. Once we kicked off phase two construction here, everything just came to a screeching halt as far as the speed of everything going on. But now it's back to normal, which is awesome because this build out will now start to happen a little bit more fluidly, for one thing, but also we're going to get an answer as to whether enough we had enough cash when we started this process sooner rather than later, because this bank balance is going to be critical that we keep an eye on it. And once we start getting past, you know, um, the foundation construction and start getting into, like, for example, the perimeter wall is going to be stupid expensive. Um, and then starting to put furniture in there is going to be crazy expensive. So there's a lot going on that's going to like chew into that bank balance that we've still got some unanswered questions about. But we'll see how it goes. Um, the nice thing though is going to be that whenever see the one thing that kind of stinks about this process is once I do this, I'm still going to have 4 blocks that are padded cells or whatever. I don't want that. So I will have to go back in and change those to dormitories. Or maybe I can just make them cells. But I think the smart move would be to make them dormitories. Um, and then what I could do is eventually, like, what will happen when I do that is it will dismantle all these bunk beds and put them into storage, and then take the bunk beds that were in here but are now, well, actually, so there are a bunch of bunk beds in here already. See, bunk bed. Whenever they get to the point where they're putting furniture in here, they're going to grab these bunk beds. Where'd you go, bunk bed? Right there. Bunk bed's going to come over here and go into these rooms. So we won't need to buy all the bunk beds over here, but whenever we dismantle these, we'll need more bunk beds that we'll just put in here, but then we'll have a bunch of comfy beds in here that eventually, hear me out, I can get to where, like, if these become protective custody rooms, I can take these bunk beds out, put them into storage, and then I'll have comfy beds in here that can go into the protective custody cells. Boom! So it's all a cycle. It's a circle. A circle. Love is a circle. Um, Sorry. I'm in a little bit of a good mood, but it could be. I'm kind of nervous as to, like. So here's why I'm in a good mood. It starts with me being in a bad mood. Last week at work, we made an announcement that we are going to be raising prices, which is bad. Like, we don't want to have to raise prices, but we're a manufacturer, the company that I work for, and I'm in sales, and the higher the price, the harder it is to sell, naturally. But, we make touch screens. So think like computer monitors, things for like retail point of sale screens, airport check-in kiosks, big digital signage screens. Like if you go to an airport, sometimes now they've got those big wayfinding things where you can like click on it and find out where the closest Starbucks is. Like the company I work for is the company that invented the touchscreen, but they're usually big, and part of the biggest part of the rising costs in the supply chain right now are actually on the logistics front, because there's so much demand to get stuff onto a boat and into a port and all that, that like that part of the expenses is going up. And if you're going to fill up a big container with monitors it fills up really fast. So anyway, like our costs are skyrocketing, so we are passing down price increases, and that kind of bummed me out. And I was, you know, of course, never wanting to deliver news like that to your customers. So I took a day or two to kind of just like let it simmer and think about it or whatever, and then I told my boss kind of how I was feeling. 25 staff members are exhausted. That's got to be workers, because like staff morale is still really high, and I'll bet you it's workers. Like if we go to yeah, see, like a lot of them are the ones that are exhausted. I don't see any of these guys exhausted. Who else exhausted? So the ones that are on break are maybe the ones that are saying are exhausted, but like I only see a couple. Why does it say 15? What's up with that? Maybe it's that they're stationed. Can I zoom in and go like this? Where are you, Fred? Doesn't, well, it says he needs rest, like big time. So maybe he is exhausted. But why doesn't it say exhausted then? I'm confused. Whatever. Um, it's time for a tunnel search. I gotta get back in the habit of doing these because they're going to happen way more frequently now that everything's moving fast, which is awesome. Anyway, going back to why I'm in a good mood. So I was kind of bummed out, and I told my manager, like, look, man, I've said many times that I love working here, and you'd have to pry me out of this job. This is as close as I've ever come to going on to LinkedIn and updating my profile to saying, like, I'm looking. Um, and, it's not in so many, like, not in those exact terms, but I basically said, like, I've been here a long time. I love it here. But like this sucks. Like this is like the fourth time we've had to raise prices in a little over a year. A lot of manufacturers are in the same boat. And as I deliver the news to customers, a lot of them understand it. They don't like it, but they get it. So anyway, I'm telling him this, and I'm like, what's most frustrating for me is like I kind of want to get out of frontline sales. Like that's been my career goal all along anyway, is to have a team under me that I'm managing. Because right now, my territory, like my responsibility as far as my quota, is massive, considering the title that I have. Like put it this way, there are people that have the title above me. There are, let's see, in the North Americas, there are 7 people that have a title above me from a sales perspective. And I outsold 5 of them last year. Like, and it's not necessarily, I'm not saying that I'm better than them, but like my responsibility from a territory perspective is so ridiculous. Like I cover the Northeast, Southeast, and Mid-Atlantic, where ideally we would have one person covering each of those territories. With the Southeast being the most critical, and I crushed it last year, and most of that was in the Southeast. And I keep telling them, like, what we need to do is take this territory, make Florida and Georgia its own territory, and then take the rest of this, figure out where all the revenue is coming from, and carve it up into a couple more territories. And do that like in the Midwest, and do that in the West as well. Like do it in the Central, carve it up into a couple of territories. Do like because right now we only have 3 people doing the role. It's basically East, Central, and West. And I've been proposing that we need like 6 people to do this role, with like 2 in the West, 2 in the Central, and 2 in the East, kind of thing. At least, if not 7, we have like 3 in the East. Because the Southeast, like Florida and Georgia, are enough to be its own territory. It is. That's just the way it is. So anyway, I've been telling him this, and he's like, "Well, what if?" because he's got 13 people that he manages. There's the people doing my role, plus the people that are above me, and then a couple other people that are sprinkled under him or whatever. And he's like, what if, like I shouldn't be like ideally a manager would have like 6 to 8 people underneath them. So he kind of dangled the idea of me immediately taking on the 2 guys that currently have the exact same role as me and being their official manager, which, I mean, he's got to get it approved or whatever. But he's like, could you stretch that thin, or are you overwhelmed already? It's I like I would sign up for that right now. I don't care if I have to work extra hours. Like I need that like morale bump. So sign me up for it. I'll figure out how to make it work. And if the reality is like for you to put me in that role means you have to hire somebody to like help backfill me, that proves the point that we need this in the first place. So anyway, like I'm really hoping that that happens very soon, and I kind of think that it will within the next few months. He was already officially announcing that I would be the team lead, which is kind of like being their. It's like team lead where I work is almost more of like a you're their mentor, and if your manager ever needs something, like you're the guy that they go to. But like those people don't report to you. You're not their boss or whatever. This would kind of make me their boss. Well, it would make me their boss. Which the weird part is, like, these are guys that right now they're my peers, but like I've been in that position before where I went from a peer to a manager. It's been a while, but the reality is, you go from being a buddy to sometimes having to be the bad guy, but they get it. We're all professionals. So anyway, that's why I'm sort of feeling in a good mood, because it's the first time in a while that I kind of felt like the career trajectory is not like this. It's more like starting to maybe hockey stick a little bit, just a little bit. I don't know. So now, if that does happen, it might cut back on my ability to be doing this right cheer. But as sad as that would be for those of you who follow the channel, for me, it's like I would probably still do a little bit of this kind of stuff, but it would have to be like sparingly in my actual free time, not taking a break during the workday and, you know, knocking out an episode or whatever. Like occasionally maybe do that, but like as it is today, I usually record a couple episodes during the workday because, I drop my kids off early for school. I come back, I knock out an episode real quick, and then I jump into my workday, and then I'll take a lunch break. That I'm working from home, and since I have such a vast territory, I have some customers that are in Central Time, so I feel like it's okay for me to sprinkle in a little bit longer lunch break than usual, so I can get lunch and an episode in then, and then maybe one other time a day if I'm just, if it's getting slow toward the end of the day, or I'm just feeling like I need to de-stress a little bit or whatever, we'll get another episode in. And that's, if I'm only posting 2 episodes of stuff a day, that's a day and a half's worth of stuff. And then I've got every once in a while some free time on weekends that I can get some in, etc., etc. So money is actually going in the right direction still, which is awesome. I am loving the fact that this is continuing to rise. Now, some of it lately has been clearing out trees from over here, but I don't think we're going to get much more goodness from that. We might find out here shortly. We need to do a tunnel search or a shakedown here. Because, wait. How are we doing here? I can add one more for intake as well. Boom. We got a lot of criminally insane right now. 25 of them. So we had to break into this block here. That's not good. 21 prisoners up for parole, 1 due for release. And we're going to do a tunnel search during shower time. And then we're also going to try and get a shakedown in sometime today. In fact, let's go ahead and just start the tunnel search before I forget. And then the shakedown, we'll maybe try and do around like 3 o'clock or so. What's going on with the regime at 3 o'clock? Yard and then eat. That's actually a good time to start it. I won't interrupt work time where they're supposed to be relatively productive. So 3 o'clock shakedown. I haven't checked intelligence in a while. And as much as I feel a little bit like I'm kind of wasting those opportunities, I don't think it's solving me any problems right now, because all it's doing is finding an occasional, pill bottle or whatever. Like somebody's got some sort of contraband. That's usually what I'm getting out of it. But I'm going to get that kind of stuff out of shakedowns anyway. So I think where those CIs might be a little bit more valuable is when we get into like maximum security. Because at that point, if they've got the scoop on like a hit, or if I can find somebody with a shank or a pickaxe, like that's a weapon. That's not just something that they're going to use to dig their way out. They're going to dig someone's eyeball out of their face. And I don't want that. So we need to nip that in the bud. Alright, it's about time for Shakedown Street. And I'm not talking about the Grateful Dead song. Although I like the Grateful Dead. Seeing a little bit more gray materialize here. I'd say we're over halfway done, which is awesome. And again, it's going to be a huge moment of truth whenever we get all of that done. They're going to buy all the lights to go in there, and then I'll bet they buy material for the perimeter wall, which really scares me. I'll bet you that's going to be like 150 grand. I think that that's about how much this perimeter wall cost me. I don't remember for sure, but I know it was a lot. Okay, what were we going to do? Oh, 3 o'clock, Shakedown Street. Let's get ready for it. They're about ready to leave their work/free time situation. I think we might need some more trees down here, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. All right, let's go ahead and start the shakedown. The goal with this shakedown is to get it done before everybody is done eating. See, we're buying sheet metal. That's actually not that much. As far as what they just bought here, I thought it was going to be a little bit more expensive. But that was mostly staff meals that they were bringing in, and those don't cost a ton. So, still doing good. That number still continues to creep up, and I love it. If we can survive building this with however much cash we had, by the time we go to do the next one, it'll be a piece of cake, because we'll be making even more money per day from this second fully functioning prison over here doing all the same stuff that this one is, hypothetically, that daily cash flow number should about double, which is awesome. We'll see. We'll have to go in and basically take a look at our staff. I would imagine that it won't double. It's probably not like a one-to-one correlation because your expenses may go up a little bit more drastically than your income because of how much headcount you need to add to accommodate taking care of all that stuff. I don't know though. I guess I don't need to hire another warden, security chief, lawyer, etc. So there's that. But before we do any kind of phase 3, and I know this is getting ahead of things, we would go through bureaucracy and buy all of these. So that's like 150 grand. Plus taser rollout is going to be necessary at some point, and that's going to be expensive. Because tasers, it's like 5,000 to unlock it, and then you got to pay for the tasers, and I can't remember how much they cost. Does it say in here? Yeah, 400 bucks per item. So that would be 400 times 100 basically. Hang on a second. Okay. Alexa, resume. Alexa, resume the timer. There we go. Wait. Resume this timer too. Oh my gosh. Alexa, stop. Ay. It started to resume a song that I asked it to play like yesterday. Holy smokes. All right, we got 2 in solitary. What's that about? We're still at 25 criminally insane, so that number hasn't changed in a little bit. I didn't really see the shakedown. Obviously, got us a couple solitary visits, but I didn't see any tunnels, so that might be good, might be bad. I don't know. How's it coming along over here? We're going to call that 60%. So we might have that done by the end of this episode, the foundation, but I don't think so. It's getting close, but it seems like it looks like it should be done for a while, and then all of a sudden it like comes to a dead standstill, and it's like there's one little piece of concrete that's been missing, and it's like for some reason it takes them forever to realize like, oh, I didn't put concrete down over there in that one square. They finally do it, problem solved, and then start spending all the money on the lights. And then it gets crazy. Look at all these trucks coming through. I'm glad that so far there hasn't been any issue with delivery space, other than them coming way down here to drop off staff meals. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Uh-oh. What happened? McWWE causing problems again, guys. What is his deal? He's gonna OD, I bet. Destruction and attack the staff. So what did he break the shower head or drain? Because I don't see anything that's broken. Oh, he busted up his toilet. Well, you know what we're gonna do about that? We're gonna search him. We're gonna do a tunnel search. Oh, fixed. Solve that problem. There is constantly money sounds, like a cash drawer sound going off in my headset. I don't know if you guys can hear it because it's a little bit the in-game volume is a little bit faint. but it is non-stop. And yet, we're still doing okay on this front. That number has been going up. If, you know, it has not gone down significantly. Oh, tunnel search. Boom. Why is that increasing? Okay, now it's decreasing. They woke up and they were angry, and then they took a shower and they were happy. Cool. All right, so we're bringing in 8 minimum security here. They should be pulling up. Are they here? Where are they? Behind all these delivery trucks. Apparently. There they are. So we are now back to full capacity. We only have 7 even potential additional spaces. So, and that's basically if we were to get 7 more criminally insane. But those would come from here, and if that happens, we will bring, yeah, you get the idea. All right. Early prisoner release, so we're up another $5,000 since just a few minutes ago. That's awesome. Slow but steady progress over here. I wish it would show you like a percent progress of that complete construction. That would be awesome if it had like a meter. It was like, you are officially 14% complete. We're just going to guess. And we're going to say 15%. But I don't know if it does utilities. I don't think it does. Because it doesn't even put like, it doesn't look like it's even going to put the power station and capacitors and stuff in here. So that's kind of crazy. But it's not a big deal. We can do that part. We'll just have to be careful about how we run the electrical cables. But then we're going to have to do all the plumbing and the water heaters. And, ugh. I don't look forward to that part. But whatevs. See, I wish if I zoomed in right here, it would show a little water tank. Nope. So I'm not very optimistic that it's going to do any utilities whatsoever. Which kind of is annoying. Like, why wouldn't it do utilities? I want it to do utilities. I want it to do all the connections of the servos and everything. Like, does it show servos? Yep. I wonder if it will make those connections automatically or if I've got to do all of those highlights. And it's going to be weird flipping where everything is in my head so that like I know that security is way over here, not way down here. You know what I mean? But it's okay. All right, so yard time. Then everybody's going to go eat. Why do they go over here for yard time instead of to this yard, which is right by their canteen? I mean, it does help with traffic in here, but I don't know if that gives them, you know, all the time that they need to effectively eat their meals. Feed all prisoners. Do we get to 100%? I haven't really been watching those, but we give them 2 hours to eat. Like, we should be fine. If you don't get to eat, that's your own fault. You've made poor life decisions again. All that money that we made for the inmate intake is gone already. I can do so we got another criminally insane. So intake is now up to 90 out of 96. And that's starting to make me a little bit nervous. Because if we max that out, I've got to convert another cell block. I don't want to have to do that until at least this side is all done. I really don't want to have to do it, period. But if I do have to do it, I don't want it to be until this side is done. And it's only 16%, so yep, now it's really going down. What are we buying so much of? Concrete, concrete, concrete. Nothing but concrete. Just keep on buying concrete, guys. Ooh, exports. Yay. Alrighty. So, everybody will be heading to lockup here in a second. We're going to do another tunnel search in the morning. We will do a shakedown tomorrow as well. Haven't even seen whiffs of escape tunnels. I don't think we've seen any of them this whole episode, which is kind of cool. Maybe everybody has just kind of given up hope. I mean, you're here minimum security. Most of these guys don't have super long sentences anyway, so like, what's the point in trying to escape? Then you're going to go to a higher security prison where you don't have a TV in your dorm and a roommate who, although I guess they kind of all snore, but I mean, you got a chair, you got some books to read, you got heat, you got a television, you got a sweet workout facility, you can play foosball. I mean, what more can you want in a prison? You got computers, a library, you can go to school. What else can we do here? Hang out in the yard, pump some iron. You can buy some laundry detergent or sweet conditioner at the shop and other items for personal use. I don't really know what you buy. What do we have here? Got a couple little like journals or something, deck of cards it looks like. Are these Wonka bars? Oh man. So the money continues to flow outward for all the concrete going in on the other side, but that bank balance is just hovering along right there in that 435 range. That as long as that doesn't take a serious nosedive, we'll be okay. But we're getting closer to this concrete being finished, and that's going to be sort of a moment of truth, because I don't know what's coming next on the build out plans, but we could see this number almost instantly go way down, or it could just go down a little bit, which is kind of what we're hoping for. Wait. Somebody criminally insane is gone, so that's good. 5 will get me back to, yeah. All right, it's almost time for them to wake up, so let's go ahead and start the tunnel search. If they wake up, who cares? They're getting like 7 or 8 hours of sleep a day. I mean, if you're a fully functioning adult getting 8 hours of sleep a day, holy smokes. You've got to be retired. Because I feel awesome if I get like 6.5 hours of sleep. All right, so 3 o'clock Shakedown Street again today. In the meantime, let's come check this out now that it's daytime. Looks like this is all done. So like it looks like we're done all the way to about like here, but some of these parts down here are sort of sparse. So they're working on filling them in. Here come the prisoners. So we're back to full capacity again. 435,000 in the bank again. So that number may dwindle a little bit here as we keep throwing concrete into this project. And concrete's not even that expensive. So if we get to, the point where we're doing these perimeter walls and all the furniture, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, guys. How are we doing over here? Everybody. Ooh. Somebody sniffed out a tunnel. So forget Shakedown Street. Yeah, we'll do it at 3. It's all right. That's the first time they sniffed it out. We did a tunnel search just this morning. What are you doing here, Tim Damon? Came into his room, went straight to his toilet. What is this? This guy has like a... He's got booze on him. I can see it. Guard, go search this dude. Hey! What is that about? Weird. So he's working in laundry now. Whatevs. Alright, so the dog just came in from his break. It is almost time for shakedown. Got a few minutes left in the episode, I believe. Okay. About 8 minutes or so. So definitely a tunnel here. The fresh dog came out here and immediately smelled it as well. So we're going to start a shakedown. It's got to be somewhere in like one of these 2 columns of cells. So we'll see if we find it during the shakedown, because I'll bet he smells it again right here. Ready? He's going to go like, oh, what? What? No, he didn't. What's up there, Fred? Is the guard dog Fred? No, that's Beth. The dog is Fred, and Fred is now tired. Why is the dog carrying jail keys? Fred. Why does Fred have dog keys? Why does Fred have jail keys? He's a dog. Come on, man. Okay, so shakedown is almost over. Auto saving is underway. We can go ahead and, well, looks like it's about to finish. Come on, there we go. All right, now, when they are done eating, I'm going to do another tunnel search, because we got now Cash. Oh, that's an awesome name for a dog. Cash the dog smells the tunnel too. So shakedown over and tunnel time. Somebody in here is coming in and digging a tunnel. I think it's Damon. If it's coming from this cell or dorm, then I'm on to you, Damon. I'm on to you like white on rice in a paper plate in a snowstorm. Wouldn't it be awesome if, like, you hover over the prisoner and, like, here it says, like, what they're doing? He's sitting. Well, he's not sitting. He's walking. But what if it was, like, digging a tunnel? Damon, buddy, you can't do that. You can't dig tunnels. Go find a tunnel, guys. We're not going to have this. I can add another inmate. We're back up to 26 crazies. Come on, man. Find the tunnel, guys. We're going to do one at midnight. Give our guards a chance to, like, change shifts or whatever. But that's now, like, 3 tunnel searches and a shakedown. Or maybe 2 tunnel searches and a shakedown, since we've discovered what we think is a tunnel. It could have been the dude McWWE when he smashed the toilet. Is he gone? Did McWWE get released? I wish these were in alphabetical order. No, he's still here. Huh. Whatevs. See, he's still smelling the tunnel, and it's midnight anyway. It's tunnel search time. Come on, guys. Find the tunnel. Do it. You gotta be kidding me. It's there. We know it's there. They just can't find it. We're still... Oh, okay. Exports got us back up. So, like, we're still just hovering right in that $435,000 range, which is fine, but I'm really concerned that that number is going to nosedive whenever they finish that right there, because they're almost done, it looks like, with the foundation over here. Oh my gosh. We got to find the tunnel. We're going to do another one, and then we're going to do one at shower time. How's it going over here, guys? Almost done. 438,000. But constantly going down in between exports, basically. Where is the tunnel? And why can't we find it? Why can't we get in here? Who's supposed to be opening this door? And why can't I... Wait. Remote door. Open. Jeez. Oh my gosh. And this door. Who's in charge of remote door security? Oh, they can't get in to get to the door control system because there's nobody manning the door control system. The irony. Maybe we should have two people. You know, I'm pretty sure I set these up to where, like, this door servo and this door servo are at different stations. So they could have easily just gone, oh, hey, this one's locked. There's clearly nobody going to let us in. We'll just go over here and get in. No. They're not that smart. All right, it is time for one more tunnel search. Is this going to be the one where we successfully locate the tunnel? It's not. What's up with old Miko here? Get Cash out here. He'll find that tunnel. Miko's exhausted, and that dog handler is PO'd. How are we doing over here? See, like, this looks like it's pretty much done with the foundation. Get ready to see this number just go nutso from, like, lights or something else whenever this just goes like all the way across. It's fun when it happens, but it's expensive. A little bit. But I'm afraid they're also going to be buying other stuff besides just the lights. Like, they might not have to buy a ton of lights because they might have some extras over here, but probably not that many. So, okay, it's been a few hours. We're going to do another tunnel search. Like, please, for the love of everything holy, find the tunnel. Oh my gosh. Still can't find it. I don't know what to do. There's got to be a mechanic where, like, you don't find the tunnel until it's within, like, a certain distance percentage-wise of the wall. So, like, if they start from way down here they've got to get the tunnel all the way to like there before you can even find it. But I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping that we would get. Oh, there it is. It's done. Alexa, stop. So this looks crazy, and I don't know what's about to happen here, but I kind of want to see. Let's give this a second until these kind of funnel through here. This is super intense, and the suspense is killing me. So it's going through like section by section, and I don't know if it's figuring out where it's going to put. Like, why is it doing that? It looks weird, but I love it. Okay. Now, why did we just have to spend all that money? We just did all that stuff with concrete and brick and whatnot. Why are we buying more? What's the additional concrete for? Like the brick, I could see if it's for the walls or whatever. But there goes like 40 grand. So that's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. We're in good shape, still at 400K. They're still working on the foundation or something. I don't know. But either way, things are going all right. And we will see more next time. We're going to do one more tunnel search, and then we're going to wrap this one up. And hopefully, as we get farther into the next episode, we see some more progress over here where they actually start kind of putting some stuff in there and whatnot. But looks like they still have a lot more concrete and brick and gravel and stuff to get put down. So that kind of stinks, but we'll be all right. So if you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.